Good day. A warm welcome to readers and viewers of DNA. My name is Asher, and it is my honor to host 2025's Heads of Missions interviews. We would like to thank our venue sponsor, Mandai Wildlife Reserve Group. Shall we? Egypt, one of the world's ancient civilizations. Mention the Sphinx and the pyramid, Cleopatra and the River Nile, you will conjure images that we are all familiar with while growing up. Egypt has captured our imagination, and here to capture our hearts as well as our minds is His Excellency Ahmed Mostafa, Egyptian Ambassador to the Republic of Singapore. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Thank you.
Ambassador, what have been some of the most significant personal and professional experiences during your diplomatic mission in Singapore?
First of all, thank you for having me today, and thanks for DNA for organizing this wonderful interview. I've been looking up to prepare myself for this interview because I understand that our discussion today is going to be very fruitful. Talking about diplomatic experience, actually, this is my post number 7 for me. So I've been a diplomat with my Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Egypt for more than 30 years. And just to let you know, this is my second post in Singapore. I was with the Egyptian embassy 20-something years ago, and I was sent back to Singapore as an ambassador. So I always compare the past with the present. And I came back to Singapore to see a lot of very impressive changes, progress in every field. So this is my main significant experience when I came back to Singapore. I saw my beloved Singapore with a lot of achievements, a lot of progress, a lot of advancement in every field. Of course, the people are still the same. Many places are still the same, but many places, much more places have changed. The country itself moved forward. So for us as diplomats, we always learn from the place we are in, and we always try to study the successful experiences of other countries and try to transfer it to Egypt. Just to let you know, our diplomatic services started more than 150 years ago. Our first Ministry of Foreign Affairs was established maybe 160 years ago. And it was re-established in 1923, of course, which is the current one. So we have an old diplomacy school, and we are very much trained to see how other countries are doing. For Singapore is a very successful experience on the economic, social, political levels. So I can say that, answering your question, that everything I see here in Singapore is a significant experience for me as a diplomat, even if I have long experience in my work, but I'm still learning from everything around me, especially here in Singapore. On the economic level, on the social level, on the political level, I'm also in contact with my colleagues at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here to exchange views and to see how can we make our bilateral relations much more strong.
Thank you, sir, for your answer. How would you describe current Egyptian-Singaporean relations, and what areas can you pinpoint in regards to further collaboration?
Well, of course, our bilateral relations was established few months after independence. We were one of the first countries in the world to open embassy here. Only 9 or 10 months after independence, our recognition to the new state of Singapore came immediately after the declaration of independence in 1965. So we are old friends. And throughout the years, throughout almost 60 years now, we have explored all possibilities of cooperation. On the political level, we have excellent bilateral relations. On the economic level, I myself, and I think all of my colleagues here in Singapore and also in Egypt, we still believe that there is a big room for improvement.
Mm.
We can expand our relations on the economic level and also on the capacity building level. Now we have a trade of balance of almost $1 billion, which is less than what we less than our ambitions are. We are doing our best to improve this balance of trade. We have good investments for Singapore in Egypt in agri-food industries, fertilizers, uh, maritime ports, logistics, and we are inviting more and more Singaporean companies to come and invest in Egypt. Again, it's Egypt is not new to Singapore, and Singapore is not new to Egypt. All what we need is to help our private sectors and our institutions in general to explore the possibilities and opportunities. Egypt is the biggest market in the Middle East and very well established economy. We are a gateway to the whole Middle East and Africa. So we are a natural partner for Singapore. On the other hand, Singapore carries a lot of opportunities for our private sector and doing business as well. What I am doing is here, I've been here for almost a year now, and I'm organizing some business trips from Singapore to Egypt and from Egypt to Singapore because we believe that um, the direct contact between business communities in both countries is the best way to explore better cooperation. For us as governments and embassies, we are providing the umbrella for private sector from both countries to get together and to explore uh, those opportunities. But again, our bilateral relations are excellent. We have agreement on every single international and regional issues. We have full coordination in multilateral forum like the United Nations and all international and regional organizations. And this has been the case continuously since 60 years. So yes, we have excellent relations. All what we need to do is to push forward and to have more ambitions towards our economic relations.
Let's all move forward together then. So, Ambassador, Singaporeans love to travel. As one of the cradles of civilization, what unique travel experiences in Egypt would you recommend to potential visitors? You know, Singaporeans love to travel.
Of course, all Singaporeans are most welcome to Egypt. Egypt has a lot uh, of things to show and offer to the visitors. Not only ancient Egyptian monuments, we have 2/3 of ancient world monuments located in Egypt, especially in Luxor and Aswan. This is the cultural tourism, as we call it. And I know many of my friends here in Singapore would like to go to Egypt, and they went already, and they want to go back again because we have a famous saying in Egypt that those who drink from the river Nile will definitely come back to drink again from the river Nile. So all those who visited Egypt would like to come over and over. But we also have this, what they call leisure tourism. Along the Red Sea and the Mediterranean, we have a lot of resorts and diving spots. Uh, One of the best, if not the best in the world, in Sharm el Sheikh and in Hurghada and so on. It attracts a lot of our European and American friends, and also from Russia, from Japan, our traditional tourists since tens of years. But we invite also Singaporeans and all the Southeast Asia tourists to come and see themselves what we have to offer, what we actually the infrastructure, the tourist infrastructure in Egypt is much better than before. Uh, City like Sharm el-Sheikh has more than 200 hotels in one city, just an example, and more than that in Hurghada and along the Red Sea. The nature is wonderful, and we are using it for entertainment and leisure. So we have a lot of places and spots to visit. I recommend Sharm el-Sheikh, Hurghada for leisure, and northern coast west to Alexandria, the most beautiful sea I've ever seen in my life. and the most beautiful sands I've seen in my life. I've been to all the continents, and I've never seen some uh, wonderful sea and sands like in the Mediterranean and also on the Red Sea. We have Luxor, Aswan, the Great Pyramids of Giza, which is almost like Cairo. And we have a big event and surprise for the whole world, the Grand Museum, which is actually, it's now the biggest museum in the whole world, bigger than any other museum, famous museum. We gathered all the pieces that we have from all Egyptian museums and put them in one place. The Grand Museum is located a few kilometers from the Great Pyramids. You can find hundreds of movies on the YouTube about it. And before the official visit, official opening of the museum, it's already now, while we are talking, if you go to Egypt now, you can visit the museum. Of course, we had the ancient or the old Egyptian museum in downtown Cairo. It was built more than 100 years ago as a museum, but it became very small for the amount of monuments that we have. So the Grand Museum, the new Grand Museum, you need more than 1 week to visit it. So you have to come back again because it's very huge and it has a very unique architecture design. So this is my recommendation to any visitor to Egypt.
Well, you've opened my eyes to the amount of things that we can visit and see in Egypt. Um, how has Egyptian culture been integrated into your diplomatic work in Singapore, and what cultural exchanges have been most impactful?
Well, our our culture, our civilization is our soft power, and we do believe any Egyptian, especially diplomats, Egyptian diplomats, we believe that this is one of our need to build good relations with the whole world. Our art, literature, um, Al Azhar as an Islamic university, this and many other things. Actually, we consider ourselves as a cultural superpower in the Middle East, and we always use this as diplomats. I think throughout my career, the cultural dimension was essential in building uh, good relations with any country I was in, including Singapore. Especially Singapore is very much celebrating the Egyptian culture and Egyptian civilization. So since I arrived here, we are planning now to make big events for Egyptian culture and civilization. Some parts of Singapore, including Garden by the Bay. We are organizing for exhibition for ancient Egyptian civilization and ancient Egyptian bronzes are carved by the Bay as well. Um, I myself, my spouse is an artist. She has her own paintings and she brought them from Egypt and she made 2 exhibitions so far. And we are in contact with the Ministry of Culture here to organize more exhibitions for her. She has a good collection of artworks and it reflects the Egyptian civilization and the Egyptian culture and environment in the past and in the present. Um, so we are planning now for a lot of exchange, cultural exchange, because as I told you, we believe that this is one of our winning cards in him, building good relations with any country. One thing is unique about the ancient Egyptian civilization that it belongs to the whole world, and that's why uh, I know that any child in any school from the beginning, they read or study something about a country called Egypt and how they were the first to do one, two, three, four. A lot of things we were the first to do it, from mathematics to astronomy to chemistry, medicine. Uh, the first surgery in the whole world was done in Egypt. The first mathematical equation was done in Egypt and so on. So the pyramids, of course, and all the temples were done on scientific basis. So we believe that any human being, anyone in the world has some tendency to go and see the actual places uh, in Egypt, which is different from just watching a movie or just reading an article. So I invite you and all my Singaporean friends to visit Egypt one day, and we will welcome them.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Now, Excellency, what are some of the opportunities for enhancing educational exchanges between Egypt and Singapore?
We already have good exchange through the Singaporean students studying in Egypt in Al Azhar University, which is one of the oldest Islamic universities in the world, more than 1,000 years old, and it's a center for moderate Islam and center for combating fanaticism or terrorism around the world, and that's why cooperation between Al Azhar and Singapore has been well for tens of years. Now, Singapore, maybe as you hear the Prime Minister here, Singapore is establishing an Islamic university. And we hope, and we are actually in the process of having Al Azhar to accredit and take part in the curriculum of that new university. As I told you, there are more than 300 Singaporean students studying on scholarships or on their own. We have also some Egyptians coming here to train in some training courses, something like Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy through the Singapore Cooperation Program under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here. They attend also some capacity building programs. So this is a good exchange. We are also planning to exchange experiences in general application in general because Singapore is very successful in this. I think there was some contacts between the two ministers of education in Egypt and Singapore just to benefit from the Singaporean experience in this field, and also to provide Singaporean side with our experience because Egypt is 115 million in population. 60% of that number are under 25 years old. So we are a very young society. And we have good experience in education since our ancient times. So exchanging in this field, education in particular, is very important, as you rightly mentioned.
Well, we look forward to more cooperation in that sense. Now, sir, recently Egypt became a member of BRICS, while Singapore is a member of ASEAN. How can these organizations collaborate more effectively to enhance international relations and promote global stability?
Both blocks are very important for the world economy. If you look at them in terms of population, resources, economic strength, they can change a lot in economic environment in the whole world and to alleviate also pressure on developing countries. If you look at both blocks, BRICS and ASEAN, you will find a wide range of countries with different conditions, but they have same goals. Uh, it's cooperation between the two blocks could be very beneficial for all of them, for all the countries in ASEAN and BRICS, because if you look at the map, it extends from Far East Asia to Africa and from north to south. So it could be an exemplary model for cooperation between South to help stabilize the financial international environment, which is disturbed, of course, from time to another, to realize food security for all the countries. Uh, Food security is a big issue, and from time to another, we see a lot of crisis. But those two groups of countries can help each other to secure the food supplies for all of them, to secure the currency supplies for all of them, um, financing projects, development projects. they can cooperate on different terms from the characters. And I think both blocks have the will to do that. My belief is that we have a lot of plans, we have a lot of ambitious plans, but the political will is very important from all those countries, BRICS and ASEAN. If you notice that the two blocks have old relations already, they are not new to each other, but the plans are ambitious and thinking out of the box sometimes, how to make trade exchange between those two blocks, not using major currencies like dollars or euros. This will help them to, to boost trade among
Mm.
them. How can they make plans for contingency plans for food security for all of them? A lot of complementary aspects you can try, but I think the political will is the most important because our experts on both sides have put a lot of plans, ambitious plans, very practical and doable. But all what we need is the political will, and I think and I hope it will be there for all the countries from the two blocks, which are really very important and very significant part of the world area.
I tend to agree. Now, sir, this is a bonus question. You know, Singaporeans love, yeah, very quickly. Singaporeans love food, right? It's about food. And I was wondering whether you would like to mention one favorite Singapore dish, as well as recommend one of your favorite Egyptian dishes.
Okay, Singaporean dishes, I love the nasi lemak and satay.
Mm.
I always stop myself of eating more and more. From Egypt, of course, we have, and we tried this in my home, and I presented this to my Singaporean friends. All of them loved it. We have something called koshari,
Kosheri.
yes, and falafel, Egyptian falafel, because you can find falafel in Lebanon or in other parts, but the Egyptian falafel is more delicious. And both of them could be normal, could be spicy. So yeah, one day I will invite you to try it.
Oh, we can't wait. Singaporeans love to try new things.
This work.
All right. Thank you so much for
Yes, sir.
allowing us to interview you, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you very much. And thank you for DNA for hosting us. Thank you.
Asher.